Hello everyone, we will start the radiological anatomy series. Why this radiological anatomy is important for the medical students? This radiological anatomy and also surface anatomy are very important for examining the patients from the second year of the medicine when they enter the clinical side. But they are most often, these two parts of the human anatomy curriculum is most often neglected in the first year because of the overload of the other parts of the human anatomy. So, but to examine any living person from the second year of the studies, the radiological anatomy and surface anatomy, they should learn in detail. With that in mind, and also this radiological anatomy is a part of the practicals in the first MBBS exam also. So with that, we have started this radiological anatomy series in our channel. So this first is the X-ray of the shoulder joint. So radiological anatomy series X-ray shoulder joint posterior view. So this shoulder joint is seen now from posterior view. That means the X-ray tube is placed in the posterior part of the shoulder joint and the X-ray is taken. That is the posterior view. So now you can see the shoulder joint and the adjoining structures, adjoining bones which are seen as radio-opaque. Can you identify the parts of this bones which are seen? To read any X-ray, you have to read the normal anatomical landmarks in that X-ray first. So you should know the anatomical landmarks of that part. If you read that, then you can identify the abnormality in that part. So can you identify from, it is labeled from 1 to 11. So try to see this. What is 1? What bone? Then what is 2 is marked as some protuberance or tubercle. 3 is a joint. 4 is a part of that scapula. Okay, to identify the answers, we will see the next image, diagrammatic image, and by the side X-ray is given. So 1 is the clavicle. 2 is the conine tubercle of the clavicle. 3 is the acromioclavicular joint. So the joint space is visible in the X-ray. You can clearly appreciate. 4th is the glenoidal labrum of scapula. 5 is the acromion process of scapula. 6 is the coracoid process of scapula. 7 is the inferior angle of the scapula. 8th is the superior angle of the scapula. 9 is the head of the humerus. 10th is the greater tubercle. 11th is the lesser tubercle of humerus. So like this, you should know first the anatomical landmarks, normal landmarks, and you have to read in the given X-ray. Then you have to see whether anything abnormal in that anatomical parts. That's the way to read the X-rays. So with the next X-ray, we will see in the next class. Try to watch this radiological anatomy series also for the important part of the human anatomy. So that will be giving you more confidence in examining the patients from the second year.